intense bungee jump, dude.
And the stuntman looks, nothing like Pierce Brosnan.
No, and I think HD's really underlined that. But it does look fantastic, though, doesn't it? Although I would say the thing that always bothers me is the physics of, when he fires the little dart gun, and then he uses the trigger to pull him down, the gun wouldn't have the power to pull him down on a cord that long and that...
After 25 years, where's your faith in Q?
I know, but I wondered if he accidentally let go of the trigger and just twanged all the way up to the top again. So he gets in the toilet, and it's at this point, people of my generation, it kicks in because you're playing GoldenEye on the N64.
Have you played it recently?
Yeah, it's popped up on Xbox Live. I've been playing it quite a bit.
Oh, wow. See, I haven't played it on that because I played it on an old N64 with the old controller. And it's not that it doesn't hold up exactly, but the world has moved on. And you can tell how important the game it is.
Also, that controller's fucking mad when you go back to it.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was like, what the hell is this? This is like if I was born with one thumb in the middle of my hand, is it?
Yeah.
Also, in my head, when I first played it in 1997, I thought, well, the graphics aren't going to get any better than this.
Nope, that's it. He gets out of the toilet, goes downstairs, and then he's confronted by a man in the shadows, and it's 006 Alec Trevelyan.
Why is he pointing a gun in his friend's face? Prick.
Just a bit of banter, innit? Office banter. He could have walked out with his bumhole hanging out, going, "Hello, I'm Mr. Bum."
You know what? I'm going to blow you up 3 minutes earlier than you think later. What? Nothing.
But they're there to infiltrate this place, which is I've written down, which is called Arkhangelsk. Arkhangelsk.
I thought it was just Archangel.
Oh. Well, I've got Arkhangelsk. I think I'm having a stroke.
I just want to say this. They are undercover operatives in a large echoing warehouse, and they're just shrieking at each other. Do you want a pint? No, all right, cheers. I think the Russians are going to hear us. No, we'll be fine. And it just, shut up, plant the bombs and fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Just put them in, get out, done.
If they didn't do this banter, they would have got away with it fine.
Easily. But no. They have to be fucking Top Gear.
We're in Guantanamo Bay here. Shut up. Yes, I will buy you a pint. Can you just fucking keep your voice to your belly?
Okay, so Alex being held, Oromov, who I love, he's great.
Yeah.
He's got a gun to his head. And then he says, finish the job, James. Blow them to hell. And then Bond gets away. Absolutely wonderful stunt of jumping over the cliff as the plane goes over. And then taking control of it and flying it out. Love that. Credits. R.I.P. Tina Turner.
R.I.P. Tina Turner.
Song not good, I don't think. I've never liked it.
Because I have to say, every time I watch a Bond film, I kind of do skip past that bit.
Oh, no, it's my favourite bit.
What, your favourite bit is the songs?
Well, not favourite, but I can't skip them. I love them. I love all the images. Maurice Binder's sexy lady images. Except this film is Daniel Kleinman's sexy ladies.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a strong theme. It sounds like it's been done on like a little keyboard, like especially those horns.
Yeah, I didn't
horrible.
like it. What I was going to ask was, is this the first time that the film had its own specific logo?
Yeah.
Right.
It's always a particular font. Yeah. No,
and this one's got a big cartoonish logo.
That's really good opening titles, though. After 6 years out, to come back with this is fucking amazing.
What does he do when he's not doing this?
He's a director. He directed Smashy and Nicey, End of an Era.
That is a weird career.
Yeah. And he's done commercials for Smirnoff, Guinness, Levi's, Johnny Walker, Durex, and Audi. And he directed the iconic Boddington's commercials featuring Melanie Sykes.
Do you want a flake in that, love?
Bond is out on the road in Monte Carlo with a woman who's been sent by the MI6 to evaluate him.
He's on a mission. We found out he's on a mission. It's like you're going to have to wait. He's on a mission. Evaluate him before or after. Because otherwise you're going to end up maybe shot. Worst possible scenario, you'll have to shag him.
And Bond shouldn't be evaluated by a young lady. I'd like to see this scene play out if it was a big fat bloke with a beard.
Yeah, it should literally... Yeah, exactly.
Right, Bond, I want you to pull over. I don't like you driving.
You got anything to drink? Well, I've got some Beaujolais here. Oh, thankful, go fucking parched there. Right, and just... Okay, now then, when I tap the dashboard, I'd like you to shoot that cunt over there. Right.
Bond, why have you pulled over? Why are you caressing my breasts?
Okay. Oh yeah. Do you know what? I don't feel comfortable with this. Can I touch it? No.
So he encounters Famke Janssen.
Lovely Famke Janssen.
Lovely Famke Janssen in a red Ferrari.
which I found out was rented.
Oh, right, really?
And they kept breaking it.
Oh, I did see. I remember at the time watching a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, and there was a blooper where they crashed the car.
Yeah, that cost $80,000.
Wow. So he lets her go, and then he gets to the Monte Carlo Casino Royale.
I've been there.
Have you?
Yeah, been in that casino. I stood in the lobby because they wouldn't let you in any further because I was dressed like a Welshman on holiday.
So he beats her, and as they walk off, he gets to say his famous line. I remember Pierce Brosnan in the interviews when this film came out just saying he couldn't wait to do this bit. And I think he nails it.
What's the line?
The name's Bond.
Oh, James Bond. James Bond.
And she's called Xenia Zaragevnia on the top, which I think is a fantastic name.
I wonder how many drafts they go through on a Bond film of women's names.
Yeah.
I wonder if On the Top is a real Russian name, that they were just like, oh, we got lucky here.
I wonder.
Because we read that, we were going to call her like Greta Minge. But then...
but yes, she says, when they asked for a drink, he asked for a vodka martini shaken, not stirred. Oh, no, she says she wants it the same, but...
Straight up with a twist.
Straight up with a twist.
Which feels dirty, but isn't.
Well, she kind of also motions with her cigar as well, doesn't she?
Yeah, but I think she holds the cigar directly up, and if her penis is doing that, it's going back into the man's body. Well, that's not good or sexy.
Well, the first draft, she said straight up the arse. Yeah, you can't say that. Can't say that.
Okay, no, let's do some alts, I think, on that one.
But one of my favourite jokes is in here where he says, tells her that, he's a commander. She says, oh, well, I've got this guy's an admiral, and he's played by Billy J. Mitchell.
I love this guy. I looked him up. What a great day of work he had.
Absolutely brilliant. So she tells Bond it was nice to meet him. And then he says, the pleasure, I'm sure, was all mine. I thought, I bet he's going to knock one out later. Bond gets to get a fax in his car. That's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Moneypenny says, good night, James. I trust you'll stay on the top of things. He should fax one back saying, fuck off. So the Admiral's having sex with Xenia, and she kills him.
Yeah. She chokes him with her hinge.
Oh, she also slaps him on his tits.
I can't tell if he had a great day at work or if he was like, if he had to go home and just like have
his
a
wife.
Well, yeah.
How was work? I got killed by a midge.
You know what? You hope you work for years to get into a big film and they choke you with a fanny and slap your tits.
Yeah, so he's dead. And his ID pass gets stolen by a mystery hand. I still don't know who it is. Is it supposed to be Oromov? I've no idea.
Oh, yeah, it must be because he's the one flying the helicopter.
Is he? Yes, he is later, isn't he?
So the only people, they're working on their own at this particular bit. It feels like, considering how many people you see working at the Golden Light facility at the end, it does feel like they haven't got enough staff to cover everything. Like, there shouldn't be one of the world's most famous Russian generals swanning about doing this. No. Get someone in.
All it takes is one person to recognise Oromov, and that's it. The game's up, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Bond goes on the boat, beats up someone, and
dressed like a prick, mind.
Oh, he's dressed awful, isn't he?
Why? What the hell? He looks like he's... I don't know if anything outside Wales has this, but he looks like he's in charge of the bar committee in a sports club.
Yeah.
He looks...
Gold buttons.
Gold buttons. He looks... Yeah, it's a very odd choice. He doesn't look like... No 15-year-old boy is going, I want to be him.
No.
They're going, my granddad already is him.
Although it was 1995, whatever he'd have worn would look bad now.
I know what you mean, but there's somewhere in between that and dressing like Patricia Routledge's husband from Keeping Up Appearances.
I mean, he definitely is dressed like Richard.
Richard, go and save that helicopter, would you, Richard?
No, it's really
I mean,
bad.
he looks great, but that's because it's Pierce Brosnan. Anyone else would look like a dick.
Yeah.
And he's close.
He is. Talking of close, he opens the cupboard and that dead fella falls out, the Admiral. Big smile on his face.
I don't think I'd have a smile on my face. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, yes, I've got Hamke Janssen sitting on my head, but at the same time, I can feel I'm dying.
Maybe he used the anal toy that he recommends in Top Secret. Well, he dies in Top Secret with the anal toy, doesn't he? So that's 2 films he's been in where he's died fucking orgasming him.
Wait a minute, this guy's in Top Secret?
Yeah, he's Nick Rivers' agent.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, being typecut. Lynn, they've got me in for a part where I die sexually again. This poor sod.
Yeah.
What's the poster for this? You'll believe a man can choke to death in a minge. Look at you, guy. Oh.
The Tiger helicopters gets nicked by Oromov and Onatop, who killed 2 pilots. I think I'm in heaven. Not yet.
Just a little bit of trivia. One of those 2 pilots that gets shot is the guy who did the jump off the dam.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Little cameo.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the Severnaya complex, with the satellite dish and all that, you got Natalia Simnova. She's very nice, isn't she?
She's lovely, and one of those ones who should have beat the Bond girl curse.
Yeah.
It's the best. The best Bond ever, really.
What's the best bit of the film for you?
The best thing in the film for me, to be able to be a strong woman in a Bond movie. Definitely.
I thought she was going to when she was in Reign of Fire, but Christian Bale's doing that voice all the way through. I'm from England, mate.
Yeah, you're not, you Welshman. You should do your voice. Do your normal voice. There's fucking dragons everywhere, like.
Boris Grishenko, Alan Cumming. He's playing basically a big internet virgin, isn't he?
That's the weird thing, that he has quite a brutal death.
Yeah.
For someone who's sorted the comic relief. Like, he's basically the Richard Pryor in Superman 3.
Yes, he is.
But he's a good guy at the end of that, and this he just goes, let's freeze the cunt to death.
And yeah. He's also terrible at passwords. I think he later went on to make, like, crosswords for kids.
Yeah, now then. Because what's the first password that she's trying to crack?
He says they're right in front of you and they can open very large doors. It's knockers.
And it's knockers. Now, here's the thing. I haven't looked into this, but I bet knockers doesn't work as a pun in Russian.
I bet it doesn't. And then his other thing, which stumps Natalia, this is how clever she is that you sit on it, but you can't take it with you.
It should stump her, because it's a stupid answer.
It is. Because you can take chairs with you.
You can take chairs. If it was like massive 3-seater DFS sofa was the password, it'd be like, yeah, they are tough to drag.
Yeah, Oromov and Xenia arrive. They kill everyone, and when Xenia's killing everyone, she's like, oh.
Yeah. I do like the shot of Oromov's reaction, because I think in some movies, the male character would he'd be like, oh, look at her, she's hot.
Yeah.
But he is looking at like, fuck it, I've booked a nut over here.
Yeah.
Oh. This is every time. She's come 3 times in the helicopter on the way here. And we only had Ken Bruce on the radio, so there's no real reason for it. Wait, we have to turn on his pop master at 10.
But Natalia's hanging in the kitchen, and she goes there to kill her. You think she's gone up the chute. She's actually in a cupboard, I think. She comes out of the kitchen after just firing aimlessly around and then says, I had to ventilate someone.
Yeah, there's no sense of that she's got any assurance that she killed the person up there. Like, wait, give it a sec, see if blood drips out. No, maybe have another look then.
Right. Yeah. Well, do you want to go back in and check?
No, finish at 5.
Okay, fair enough. And then back in an MI6 in London, they've picked up a distress call. So they're having a look on the old satellites. Look at that, Tiger helicopter. And Michael Kitchen's like, well, that old stupid cow didn't listen to you, did she? The old queen of numbers. And then turns around, Judi Dench.
And she gets really angry at him. He's like, he hasn't said anything that bad. She's like the queen of numbers. If you're an accountant, that is a compliment.
Big explosion goes off, and they're like, well, that must have been the GoldenEye weapon, which, of course, as you know, is a big, and it's like, yeah, I read the brief. It's a big EMP thing that sets off a nuclear blast in space. And then M goes, could it be an accident? And Bond goes, no, the helicopter was built to resist EMP. She's like, all right. So she takes him to her office. And M's office is like a call centre manager's office.
Yeah, it is.
Puts him in his place. He's about to leave with his tail between his legs. And then she says, Bond, come back alive. And allows him to have a little smirk. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Genuinely, I think it would have been good if she'd gone, come back alive, and then a beat, and then goes, costs a fortune to train, you cunts.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an interesting choice. It's supposed to be a warm moment. And it's lovely because in the set, it just sets up... Because actually the relationship is the only thing that continues between the Brosnan and Craig years, really.
Yeah.
It sort of makes sense in the grander context, but in and of itself, it feels like, why did you take that moment away from her?
Exactly. It really annoys me every time I watch it.
Yeah.
We meet Q again.
In what has become an increasingly dangerous workplace.
Oh, yeah.
Like this place would be shut down immediately by the council.
Yeah.
But they wander through all of that and go, here's your new BMW. And he goes, oh, that's a nice car. It's like, as opposed to what he should say, which is, this is a fucking hairdresser's car.
It's disgusting, and it doesn't do anything.
And especially since we've seen the Aston Martin. So we can do a direct comparison and go, well, I'll have the Aston Martin, please.
Yeah. Did you notice that M's reading all his lines off of a board?
Yeah, and I do not begrudge him.
No. He was an elderly man. But he does get a good joke to send him off in this film. Don't touch that. That's my lunch.
Why does he pick it up? What's that? It's a sandwich. What the
It's
fuck is wrong with
obviously
you?
a fucking sandwich.
You're literally in intelligence, you dull cunt.
Good God. So then we get Bond turning up in Russia, and he's met by Jack Wade. Because obviously Felix in the film before got eaten by sharks, so they couldn't use him again.
They could, because it's a reboot.
Of course they could, but then in those days they would... Oh, I don't know. This guy was the baddie 2 films ago.
Yeah.
But he's great.
Yeah, he's great, yeah.
He drives along in his little car, and then he says, there's only one person you need to speak to about all this Yanis syndicate, and that's a guy called Zukovsky. And then he says, hey, Bond, do you know anything about gardening? And I thought, is this a euphemism?
And how does that pan out?
It doesn't.
And then he just, do you know anything about gardening? And then cut to black.
Yeah, it cuts to the next scene.
You doing any gardening?
And then you get the cruelest scene in the film, I think. This poor fella that owns a computer shop, Natalia comes in and goes, I want to test, I'm going to be ordering 39 computers with CD-ROM drives, which in 1995 must have cost a fucking fortune.
Yeah,
And he's like, I'm closing up the shop for the day. I'm going to ring the wife. You know that cruise you're ready to go on? We can go on that now. I'm going to get 39 computers sold.
If I was in, I goes, yeah, do you want to test one? Yeah, in secret, in a back room. All right, I think you're lying.
Yeah. You're not downloading anything funny. I'm not going to get arrested. Am I?
Exactly, you're like, yeah, what is this? Wait a minute. No, before we do this, right? Fucking glitter. What are you doing?
Look, I'm speaking to a friend of mine who worked at a top secret Russian satellite dish, and I'm going to communicate with him, okay? But not porn, though, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, fine. So Boris says, come and meet me at the church. He gets there, of course, kidnapped.
The mistake that happens is he brings Xenia on the top with him.
Yeah.
Because she would have happily gone with Boris.
Yeah.
But she turns around, Xenia's there, and she's like, and then she starts struggling. She could easily got away. She doesn't, but could have done.
Yeah. I think that was just shorthand for our benefit, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, obviously, otherwise we don't know he's a traitor.
She should have gone in the church when that door slammed and the candle went out. The ghost of the Admiral. Oh, run. I got fucked to death.
Yeah. If you don't want to end up like me, although you might, because in hindsight, not the worst Wednesday I ever had.
I'll tell you the worst one I ever had, don't. I shit myself while I was at war.
Yeah. And I would have been at that point 900 miles from the nearest Fanny. So this was better in that way, although, as I say, dead.
Sorry, I talked too long and now you've been captured. Sorry about that.
Sorry. I'll go back to heaven.
Heaven, is it?